We've had trouble scoring runs the entire year, and we've got a pretty good offensive team. But we're not we don't average 8-10 runs a game like some of these teams have done. And our pitchers understand that. It's not an attitude that come on you guys, I wish you'd score some few runs. It's not that. They understand this is who we are. We've gotten to where we are because of pitching and defense, and we're going to try to scratch and claw and get enough runs to win. So our pitching staff has been great, but they respect our position players and they try to help us score. Well, I was an 0-2 pitch. Yeah. I mean, he went down on 3 strikes with the bat on his shoulder the time before, and I had told him, I don't care what you do, turn it loose. He did not turn it loose. That was hard for me to understand. Right. He came back, I said, I told you could swing at anything. You didn't swing at the thing. I don't get it. He says, I don't get it either. And then he goes 0-2, and he gets a hit. Yes. That's when you say things might turn, because nothing had happened good for us, and all of a sudden, he hit that ball hard through the 6 hole. So that was great to see.
Is there any fascination about the take out of the game? It's very expensive.
Oh yeah, it's tough. I mean that's a tough circumstance. But you try to win. You try to play the percentages a little bit. Didn't work out, but you have to manage that way.
Down 1 run, do you think about pinch hitting you for Barry in that situation, hoping maybe you can get a hold of one?
Barry's been really making some strides, especially in practice. He can run a little bit, so he could bounce the ball and left or right at the middle infielders and maybe get on. So I was thinking more about a leadoff guy being able to score from first if he got on or better him up. So I didn't think about going to the bench.
What you actually did in the 12th inning? That was great play.
Absolutely.
Go for 5
Absolutely.
You can flush it.
Absolutely. I mean that's what separates players. You have to respect the game. You have to understand it. It's going to bite you, but until it's over, you got to keep fighting back because inevitably you're going to come back up there in a situation, and there it was. And he hit a couple balls hard. Now he hit a ball hard to second. He hit a ball hard to left field, but they made some good pitches on him tonight.
You talked about Barry and that work out, but when Billy couldn't get the bunt down, he struck out, and all of a sudden that sort of reversed there. And then Merrifield fouls out to the third baseman.
With a very good cut, but he missed it. Yeah. You're running out of time.
The emotional edge now, you had to have it tonight, obviously. Now you got to get back up for another game. I mean, you talked about trying to get these guys to bounce back. You've talked about how they've been gritty this year.
Well, they have been tough, and we'll be ready to play tomorrow, no question about that. There's only 4 teams left here, and we got the late game, so we'll get plenty of time to rest tomorrow. It's a great win for us tonight, and we'll try to figure out who's going to pitch, and we'll come out and battle one of the greatest teams in the country right now, the hottest team in Clemson. They've been outstanding, so we know we'll have to put together a great game.
You went through it in 0-2, so did Jack. I know these guys, none of the players did. He's talking about how he's trying to stay calm. You won an 0-2. I mean, maybe do you now have a little bit of the better hand of cards right now?
I know. I'd rather have his hand than my hand right now. He's got a mulligan. I don't have a mulligan. So, the only thing I tell my guys is just come out, play loose and relaxed, and it's hard to keep it going. But this is where we are. We've got to play ourselves back into it, and you play 1 inning at a time and try to get in a position. Sorry? Probably Saturday. He probably has something in his tank on Saturday. He threw it pretty well. We worked out yesterday, and I was kind of shocked at how he responded. But he'll probably have something in his tank if we can make it to Saturday.
I would think you're proud of Jackie down to his last strike on a tough night, and then Brady overcoming the pop out.
Well, it's just great to see. You want to have your right guys in the right spot, and Jackie, they continued to pitch him well, and he fought off a pitch and got it in the 4 hole. And Brady had a couple of pretty good at bats, and he's been in the program now for a while, and he's one of those guys that's tough. He's a competitor, and he's able to shoot one through the middle. So couldn't happen to a better guy.
Proving again, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, right?
Well, no doubt about it. We played uphill again all night. In the last time we played Oklahoma, we played uphill and weren't able to close. But tonight we were able to do it because it's baseball. It evens out a lot, and we lost a close one. Now we won a close one. So that's how this game will treat you.
As you get ready for the matchup with the Tigers, all the talk that's going to be about the rivalry, the national stage, do you almost tell your players not to look at the name on the jersey on the other side?
Well, I think that it's a great rivalry, a very healthy rivalry. I think our players respect them so much, and they respect us, and we go out and play, and I think they have fun. It's not a situation, I don't think, that everybody's so aggressive toward each other. It's just, hey, we had two pretty good baseball teams in one state still playing in the Final Four, and let's go have some fun with this thing, and that's what it's usually about when we play.
I know you talk a lot about South Carolina Palmetto State baseball, and now we're assured that there will be one team in the Palmetto State playing for the championship.
Well, we take a lot of pride in that. I know Coach Lake and I have said for years that it's hard to argue that our rivalry isn't one of the best in the country based on the games, the attendance. And he's been there a little bit longer than I've been in Columbia, but the records are very, very close, and we have great games when we play. We have great crowds, so hopefully we'll have another great game.
Can you talk a little bit more about the relationship with Charlie? I hear it obviously goes back, and I know he was on the field, and I guess you were talking about that with him, the never give up.
Yeah, he had a we met in 2003 when we came out, went to the Children's Hospital, and we sort of became attached. He visited us in Columbia, and we got out here, and he's busy now. He's playing Little League and everything, but he came over and saw us tonight, and he looks great. He's one of 8 children in his family right now, and he had the never give up picture for me. And I told him, I said, hey, Charlie, if we win today, it's all about you. If we lose, it's my fault. And he said, just don't give up. Well, we stayed here for a long time, but we were able to win. So it's just great to see him. So
isn't that a poster after you left in whatever year it was, 04? I don't know what. I know they had a visit to Columbia, but did you have a never give up sign? I think in your locker room there for a while.
Yeah, we did, and it's great because I remember how sick he was when we were here, and he was at the hospital, and great children's hospital here, and he was able to recover, and he's had actually some siblings have been sick as well, and the family has one of the greatest attitudes you could ever have, and it was great to see him tonight. He inspired us. Yeah.